Baweep Grana Weep Ninibong, and welcome back to the Justin Network. Today, we are going to be looking at, let me pull out my piece of paper here to make sure I say it right, Lgex Lg31 Fortress Maximus head. So Lgex, it's Lgex, which is basically a knockoff of the Legends Fortress Maximus head. Yes, this is just the head.
What do you mean by that?
Basically, this is your box. I got it from AliExpress, pretty cheap. The box is beat up. That tends to be what has happened out of most Transformers that I've bought from AliExpress. Different sellers, but they all seem to be beat up, probably because they're all coming all the way from China. But this is a popular toy on AliExpress right now. I've seen it quite a bit, a lot of different sellers trying to sell this guy. And here he is, out of the box, Fortress Maximus's head, which in America was named Cerebros. He was, remember, a headmaster. Fortress Maximus was a headmaster, and he had the giant body where normally they have a big body with a little head. This was a giant body with a normal robot size head. So, for y'all that don't know, there you go. In America, he was known as Cerebros. In Japan, he was just known as Fortress. And this is obviously based on the way he looked in Japan, not America. So I'm going to be calling him Fortress for this video. In my head, Cerebros does not look like this. This is not Cerebros to me. But Fortress had a very prime role in the Japanese Headmasters cartoon. After Rodimus Prime, sorry spoilers, but after Rodimus Prime went to go find a new planet for the Autobots to live on, he left Fortress. I think it's funny that they named him Fortress instead of Maximus. I would have thought that they would name him Maximus because just calling this guy Fortress seems weird. Maximus seems more like something they would actually do. But yes, he is Fortress. But he left Fortress in charge while he went to go find a new planet for the Autobots. And Fortress was in charge for the entirety of the Headmasters TV show. But yeah, as you can see, he's got some real good bends and movement going on. A lot of the people that were trying to sell this figure off on AliExpress call it factory leftover, which is kind of a new thing. And I think it's basically what people are saying is just, that's KO, brother. That's just a nice way to word knockoff, is factory leftover. But yeah, as you can see, we got a pretty good look here. He looks very, very accurate to the way he did in the show. He also comes with a Master Sword here. Master Sword! Which is what Fort Max had when he was in his big robot mode. Remember, he had the awesome transformation. He'd pull up the sword, fight Scorponok. It was some cool stuff that I highly enjoyed. Thought the sword and everything was one of the coolest things about the Headmasters TV show. Made out of that special metal, so it was practically unbreakable. But yeah, as you can see, fits pretty good size. I like it quite a bit. Another fun thing that Fortress has going on for him here is he does have the Headmaster, where he's a Headmaster as well. It was like a triple Headmaster, where this is the Headmaster to this is the Headmaster to the giant body, right? It's a lot of Inception type stuff here.
Not exactly.
But yeah, here is Fortress's little Headmaster. It's just a simple little arms move individual themselves. The legs do not. It's very similarly made to that Weird Wolf that we reviewed just a little bit ago. That's going to be in the description. If you didn't watch that, go check it out. He was a fun figure. But yeah, it just plugs in and out just like that. Before we get him transformed, let's just make sure. Yes, of course. He can absolutely T-pose with the best of them. And he also can do the full Jean-Claude Van Damme. That hurts just looking at it. Come on now. I will say he doesn't feel cheap. He feels pretty solidly for being a knockoff, I would say. It's also by a company that never heard of, so you're always going to be a little weary of that. You think it's going to be cheap, maybe not that good, but so far he's living up to it. He looks great, looks just like Fortress did in the Headmasters anime. But let's go ahead and get him transformed, kind of see what we're looking at in that mode. All right, here he is. Like I said, he transforms into Fortress Maximus's head. So, not much you can do with him here with just this. Looks really cool. To my knowledge, even with the actual normal Fortress Maximus Legends toy, you can just plug it in there and it will fit. I did watch a video to make sure it will fit and plug in there well. But, if you don't have that, like I do not, he can just sit there, which he did when, in the anime, when they had Fortress Maximus like in its ship mode. Put that on screen, maybe. He would just kind of sit there, transform like this, and be sort of connected on the inside. He was like the brain from the inside. But, looks very good, in my opinion. I don't really like the way the arms do here. I think I have it transformed out. There was no instructions, but it's not a very complex transformation. It's pretty simple, pretty easy. I think that's where the arms go. They're a little loose. I don't know if it was like that on the actual copy, but on this KO, loose there. But he looks good. Great looking sculpt. I mean, it should be though. It was done by Hasbro, and this is just using the same mold. Looks exactly the same pretty much. They just colored a little different, but in my opinion, this is colored a little more like he was actually colored in the anime. But yeah, so that's it with that. Let's go ahead and measure him up while we've got him here in his alt mode. From the bottom of the head to, we'll say, the top of his little horn things, it's about 3 inches. Width this way, it's going to be pretty much 3 inches as well. And from there and there, we'll do the top of his brow to the back of the arm part. It's going to be pretty close to 3.5 inches. Pretty darn close. But yeah, this is him. This is your Fort Max head. Love it, love it, love it. Looks really good. This is a simple toy, but I really like it so far. Let's get him back transformed, do some size comparisons with him, kind of see how much he is on the height meter there.
It looks like a tape measure.
And we'll get him ranked and wrap you up, guys. Alright, so we have Maximus back in his toy mode. Sorry, bot mode. He's going to be measured up to the top of his head from the bottom of his feet about 6.5 inches. So pretty decently tall. With that away is going to be about 3.5 inches wide. How about we put him up against some of the other Transformers we've recently reviewed on this channel? First off, how about Legacy Windblade? So you can see how much taller he is than her. Both of them got some nice looking swords, but you can see there he's a good bit taller than her. Next up is going to be Authentics Megatron. Got a little bit of height on him, but really not a whole lot. I mean, we're seeing here, Maximus is pretty tall here. And lastly, here he is with his fellow headmaster, Weird Wolf. But Weird Wolf's in his alt mode, but just so y'all can kind of get some extra looks on how tall this fella is. But yeah, awesome. Alright, you know what time it is. Rankings time. Let's get it on. Let's get it on. Time for his rankings. First up, functionality. On functionality, we're grading him on his articulation, his accessories, accessory storage, all that posing he's got. So, he's got 2 really good accessories, right? Like them both a lot. There's nowhere to store this besides in his hand, but his head obviously has got really good storage. His posing is pretty good along with that articulation. He's got some good spots everywhere. He's really just missing something with the hand here. His feet are not great either. Also, sorry to you guys out there, but he's got pretty good articulation all around. He doesn't have any kind of hip swivel or anything, but he's got a lot going on in that department. I'm giving him a 7. I think the accessories do some nice lifting, but his articulation and everything is overall pretty good. I think he deserves the 7. So next up we have transformation. Remember, that's going to be how easy, hard, creative it is to transform this fella. I gave him a 6. It's pretty simple and easy, not hard, but at the same time, there isn't a whole lot of creativity there. I don't know what else you would want though out of creativity, so maybe at the end of the day, the transformation aspect of the rankings is a little flawed. I do think at some point in time, I have thought about revamping the ranking system and changing it out just a little bit. So stay tuned. You may be seeing that one day, not too long in the future. But today, he's getting a 6. And lastly, his appearance. That's going to be, remember, likeness to the character. How good he looks in his bot mode and his alt mode. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I gave him a 9. Because it is hard to do better than this. This is what he looks like in the anime. So I was looking back at some pictures, and I guess he was a little darker in the anime, which the Hasbro toy was darker painted. He's also missing the Autobot symbol, which I have some stickers that I can put on to put that there. Yeah, you got some screws right there. There's a little bit of that giant backpack in the way, but man, he really doesn't have a lot of sore spots when it comes to appearance. It's going to be hard to do better than this on appearance for a Fortress Maximus head Fortress. So he's getting that 9. Way to go, brother. And guys, that's going to wrap up this video. I hope you enjoyed this one. I really enjoyed doing it. I'm loving this figure. This is a fun figure. Really glad I got it. Congratulations to Lgex, or maybe I should be saying congratulations to Hasbro.
Takara Tommy.
For originally making it, and Lgex just getting the mold and redoing it for us, because I enjoyed this. Definitely worth the price in my opinion. But yeah, hope you guys are liking these videos. I hope you are leaving likes on the videos, commenting, sharing, all that good stuff. Really helps me out. I just really appreciate you guys. Remember, until all are one, peace.